In our last video, we did a more natural, a more straight out of camera style shooting. So we used the audio and the video straight out of camera and made a video out of that. But in today's video, we're gonna go all out with the Canon Powershot V1. So we're gonna be color grading, we're gonna be using some more equipment for our recording, and we're gonna try and push the Powershot V1's video capabilities as much as we can. So we're gonna try and make it as pretty as possible. Today we are in Little India, which is funny because like in my last video, we started that video in Little India, in Singapore. Today we're in Little India in Kuala Lumpur, and I think it's a good place to start because it's so vibrant there. I mean, we're able to see the colors that this camera can produce. So the first tip and setting that I think you should set when you have your Powershot V1 is to choose your picture style, your Canon picture style that suits your shooting style the most. I'm having a lot of success with the faithful shooting style because I think it offers a lot of flexibility and it offers a lot of realistic accuracy for the colors of what I actually see with my eyes. Play around with the settings, but me personally, it is the faithful picture setting, picture style that I have the most success with. Actually, Little India was just a detour to our actual destination. It is this place.
Tian Ho. I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly.
Tian Ho Temple. Okay, in as much as I really like the image quality of this camera, we have a limitation on the aperture. If you zoom in, you are forced to go to f4.5. But if you zoom out, your widest aperture becomes 2.8. So if you're going to be shooting in a dark environment like what we have right now, I think for this camera you have to really shoot wide so that you have the widest possible aperture to have the least amount of noise for your video capture. So today we are here in the shadow. We're at the foot of the Petronas Towers up there, and I think today I just want to talk about how to really trust in your camera. So we have a few things that I want to go through about trusting your camera. Number one is to make use of the auto ND of this camera. So typically ND filters are an active choice, but this camera I think is smart enough to know when it needs to turn the ND filter on and off. So especially now, it's a very bright day. I'm fairly certain that the ND filter is on here. So of course if we go to a less bright area, a darker area, the ND filter will automatically come off. We are at KLCC Park in Kuala Lumpur. The Petronas Twin Towers, that's one tower. That is the other tower. That is a huge, huge building. You can also see the other tower from here. And it's an extremely bright day out today. Sometimes though, even if you have your ND filter on, you still have like an overexposed picture. So I like to adjust my exposure through the aperture ring. It's very convenient. So you can just turn the aperture ring and the exposure just adjust accordingly. So if I want to capture this one, we are a little bit overexposed, but we can just rotate, twist the aperture ring to have a bit better exposure. Right, we're at 2.8, we move it to about f5, and we are a lot better exposed for this shot. Wait, oh no, if you can see though, like the tally line, it's saying that we don't have any more juice, we're out of power. So here we're just doing a quick battery change for the Canon Powershot V1. I think it's perfectly responsible for camera shooters to just bring extra batteries. My personal preference for the brand of batteries for the Canon Powershot V1 though is the Wasabi Power batteries, just because they come with USB-C ports. This means I can charge my batteries anywhere as long as I have a USB-C power source. Michael Jackson here. He was here all along. We're walking to a place called Bukit Bintang. Is it Bukit Bintang? Jalan Alor. It is a place that is quite lively, vibrant, alive during the nighttime. I really like the image stabilization of this camera, but if you're walking around like this, it's kind of fine. But if you really need a bit more, this camera actually has a better image stabilization setting. Actually, It has two settings, better than the default image stabilization. So let's see how that works. So this is regular stabilization. Nothing on, just the lens stabilization. Now you crop in a little bit with the digital stabilization. How does this look? I'm walking, same pace. It's definitely smoother, but let's see how the deeper stabilization setting looks like. Now this is our third image stabilization setting. This is the strongest one and it crops quite a bit more. What I noticed though is if you're using the strongest image stabilization setting, there's a noticeable blurring for the image stabilized footage. So personally, I don't think I'll be using this much, but there are varying intensities of stabilization if you need it. Look at those! Those things! The graffiti is snails.
Oh, I like that.
In as much as the stronger digital image stabilization makes the footage more buttery smooth, I do think that no image stabilization is actually fine for this camera. Just the lens stabilization. We are here at the Graffiti Street near Bukit Bintang in Kuala Lumpur. What are you taking a photo of?
Cat.
Cat! Oh, kitty! Look at this cat. And you can actually see the Petronas Towers just peeping through in the distance. So today we are here at the Batu Caves in Kuala Lumpur. Batu Caves, sponsored by Pepsi. It's funny because the driver on our way here told us to take care of our things because the monkeys might snatch your phone, your camera, your bananas. 200 something steps to climb to the very top of this colorful staircase. So on the note of monkeys stealing all of my things, one important accessory that I think is important to have for any camera is your camera strap. Especially important for when you don't want monkeys stealing your camera. For this specific camera though, I'm using the Peak Design quick release things, and a special trick that I use to attach the straps here. The strap attachment point for this camera is a little small, so I had to use some floss actually. So it's a little bit difficult to get the Peak Design strap button through the strap hole here in the Powershot V1. But if you actually get some dental floss or any kind of string that is thin enough to go through, you can just string it up and pull it through the hole. So 1, 2, just pull it in. Fingers. Important accessory, camera straps. For your camera, don't let monkeys steal your expensive gear. We are at the Batu Caves. It's now time for the trek down. Might be a good time to tell you I'm afraid of heights. Merdeka Square. It was here that the Malaysia flag was raised to replace the Union Jack on the 31st of August, 1957. The Independence Day of Malaysia. Merdeka, 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 Merdeka. Independence. Merdeka Square. One important accessory that is very useful to have for this camera is this wireless microphone. When you have a wireless microphone, it makes recording scenes like this so much more dynamic. So I can stand here while I'm recording myself with my tripod over there, and we are in the view of Petronas Towers and the KL Tower over there in the distance. What does this scene look like? Probably kind of cool, and we have nicer audio quality just because we have a wireless microphone in our hands here. How do you like our vlog here in Kuala Lumpur? So this has been Merdeka Square with the Petronas and KL Tower in the background, Merdeka 118 also here in the background. I think we're gonna be ending our video here, but I do hope that the tips and the settings that I shared about the Canon Powershot V1 would be useful to you looking into getting the most out of your camera. Okay, so with that, if you like this video, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in our next video. This was Malaysia. See you in Japan.